The Shortcut. Jennifer was a freelance photographer and a very free-spirited girl who used to live life on her terms. Her daring and carefree attitude was cherished by everyone. Whatever money she used to earn through her photography, she used to spend all of that to explore new places in the mountains. Jennifer used to like solo travel a lot. And this time, too, she was alone on a trip to an unexplored hill station. The place was near a village, and on the top of the mountain, there was this place that looked no less than a paradise. There was a trek to reach there, which was approximately 6 kilometers long. Jennifer packed her bag, took her camera, and left for the trek. She was accompanied by some more people. Jennifer kept on walking uphill by motivating herself, thinking about the views she would get from the top. After a few minutes, she saw an unpaved path going up and merging with the track she was walking on. Jennifer thought that it was a shortcut, and as she had a lot of experience trekking, she chose the road not taken. It had been almost 30 minutes since she had walked on that path. She started thinking that she should have reached the main road, but on all 4 sides she could see a dense forest located in some part of the mountain. Jennifer couldn't find a way to return as she looked back. It was obvious that she had lost her way. Her phone didn't even have any network, and it seemed like Jennifer was a little worried now. Cursing her fate, she started looking for the right path. She was so hungry that she felt like she was starving to death. But suddenly, something strange appeared in front of her, and she could not believe her eyes. In the middle of the wilderness, there was a beautiful cafe which had the name Cafe Hill Retreat, and there was a paved path connected to that cafe too. Jennifer's happiness had no bounds. Without thinking twice, she ran inside the cafe and noticed that the cafe was more beautiful from the inside than it was from the outside. The cafe had good decorations, and she saw some of the youngsters hanging out there. The cafe appeared to be perfect. Jennifer had forgotten everything and sat at one of the tables. As she got comfortable, one of the waiters came and placed a menu card on the table. As he kept the menu card on the table, Jennifer's eyes went rolling toward his wrist, which had a burning wound on it. But as soon as she could see it properly, the waiter covered the wound. As she was hungry, she placed her order very quickly. Shortly after ordering, Jennifer thought that she should freshen up a bit, and she got up and started going towards the washroom of the cafe. On her way to the washroom, she passed the table of those youngsters and noticed that one of them had a wound on his head, which was similar to that of the waiter. As she looked carefully, she saw that everyone sitting at the table had a wound similar to that. While one of them had it on his forehead, the other had it on his hands. Jennifer was so lost because of those wounds that she never realized that the boys who were enjoying their time had now become very quiet and were looking at Jennifer in a very creepy way. Jennifer thought that they might have been angry because of the way she looked at them. She apologized and went straight to the washroom thereafter. She turned on the faucet and started thinking about the wounds that those youngsters had and the waiter had. While thinking about this, she washed her face, and as she looked into the mirror, her soul was shaken as she could see the whole area of the washroom was burned black. Suddenly, she started hearing screams from the people, but before she could understand anything, everything went on being normal, just as it was before. Jennifer started having a feeling that there was something fishy about this place. But she was so hungry that she ignored all of this and came to the conclusion that she would eat as soon as possible and leave the place as soon as she was done eating. With her head bowed down, she reached her table and lit up a cigarette. As she exhaled the cigarette, she noticed that there was an eerie silence, and everyone present in the cafe was looking at her. She could see so much anger in their eyes that she was frightened when suddenly their faces started turning black, thus changing their bodies too. The waiter, who was talking very politely to Jennifer, was now seen running towards her with anger in his eyes. Scared, Jennifer extinguished the cigarette by dipping it into the glass of water. Jennifer wasn't able to understand anything, and before she could do anything, she saw that the bodies of people sitting there started burning like ashes. Witnessing all of this in front of her, Jennifer screamed out of fright. Somehow, picked up her things and went out of the cafe. But as soon as she looked back, she saw nothing but a completely old, burned building. Without thinking twice, she started running on the paved road. While running, she saw a car coming her way, consisting of a man living in the same area. Seeing her in such a condition, the man provided Jennifer with a lift in his car. Jennifer tried explaining the whole scenario that had happened with her to that man. Jennifer thought that the man would consider her crazy. But to her amusement, that man said something that she had never thought of. He told Jennifer that the place she was talking about used to be a cafe 10 years ago. Once, one of the customers was smoking a cigarette and threw it near his table without extinguishing it. Due to the carelessness of that customer, one of the curtains of the cafe caught fire, and before anyone could do anything, the fire spread out in the cafe like anything, and all of the people who were trapped inside were burned to death. As she heard the story, she was stunned and understood everything. But she couldn't believe that everyone present in that cafe was not alive, but dead. Jennifer thought that she had narrowly escaped her death, but she didn't know that the person sitting next to her had the same wound on his neck. On the next day, a headline in the newspaper read that on the same main road, a girl lost her life due to an accident. And the name of that girl was Jennifer.
If you like this story, then please subscribe to our channel, Bloody Monday, and keep watching more horror stories on our channel.